All right, guys, I'm back. It's May 28th, and I got some players to incorporate into some player props. But before we do, let's recap yesterday. Bang! Profar, baby. We hit our only play. He singled in the third inning. Nice and early, baby, because you got to love that. Don't make us sweat it out. We like that early and often. Well, you did it early, but you didn't do it often. You did it one time, but that's all we needed because our baseline was to record a hit. So another successful day. Let's move on to let's recap the season. All right, so on the season of the last 167 batters that we grade out to just record a hit, we correctly predicted 126 of them and only missed on 41 of them for a 75% hit rate. All right, and even better, I've recently added some new criteria to the original way of selecting the players. The one that I just explained was hitting at 75% hit rate. With this new criteria, which basically weeds out some of the better pitchers and takes away some of the lower end batters, we've increased the hit rate to 84.2%. So in the last 76 batters suggested it fell into this new criteria. We've hit 64 of them for the baseline prediction just to record a hit and only missed on 12 of them for, like I said, 84.2% hit rate. Absolutely amazing. All right, guys, hit that like button if you're having as much fun as I'm having. We are on an amazing streak, basically all season. And remember to hit that like button or hit that subscribe button. You already hit the like button, hopefully. Hit that subscribe button and make sure notification bells are on because going forward, not every day, but a few days a week, I might have multiple videos. I will have another video today for Dinger Tuesday where I'm going to try to identify some amazing home run opportunities for us to consider. I also will have some ballpark information. There's two ballparks in particular. One of them is going to have an increase of about 35% higher probability of home runs because of some amazing weather, wind direction, wind speed, temperatures. So like when you have these games like this, when someone hits a ball to the warning track, in these kind of stadiums, those ones will probably sail out and become home runs when you have like this extra, factors working in your favor, like wind direction, wind speed, like I told you, the ball travels farther. And then also, if some of you guys know that I have a background in investing, I traded the financial markets for the large majority of my life. I absolutely love it. It's what I do. It's what I do to make a living. And I want to bring forward some strategies for you guys that I use that I absolutely love. I want to kind of go step by step and try to teach you guys some things so you can understand it. I think when you understand it, you'll get kind of excited because you're like, wow, this really makes sense. I'm going to have so many videos. Just hit that subscribe button, like I said, and make sure that notification bell's on because if you're just expecting these normal videos like that I come out every day with, you might miss out on the extra ones, and we don't want that. All right, let's get right to these two amazing plays. All right, guys, first matchup, Kyle Tucker versus Luis Castillo. And before we get into it, this one qualifies under that extra criteria that's hitting at 84% winners just to record a hit. All right, let's get right to it. Tucker, Castillo, looking at the pitch usage percentage. Castillo loves throwing that four-seam fastball to the tune of 46% on average on the season. He's giving that up at a 288 batting average. Not very good. Kyle Tucker says, give me some four-seam fastball, baby, because I love that pitch. I hit it at 361 batting average. Moving on to the next pitch, 25% of the time he throws the changeup. He throws that at a 240 batting average. I call that a hittable pitch because it's like, almost 250, which means if you get up to bat 4 times, you're going to get a hit, right? That's how you get a 250 batting average. Kyle Tucker hits that at a 600 rate. Absolutely amazing. The next ball, slider, 18%. Again, at that 241 range, given up batting average. And Tucker crushes that at a 400 batting average. And then when he throws the sinker about 11% of the time, he's not very good at that. He gives that up at a 333 batting average. And Kyle Tucker says, you could throw some of that at me too because I hit that at 304. That's not too bad either. I think this is a great opportunity, this matchup. Ballpark Pal says this is a great opportunity also. They said this is an extreme advantage for Kyle Tucker, and he represents the worst 4 percentile of possible matchups for Luis Castillo. Tucker has been on hot. He's hot, right? He's in the MVP race. We know all about that, right? He's recorded at least one hit in 26 of his last 34 games. And in the last 14 days against right-handed pitchers, he has a 329 batting average. Now, moving on to his barrel rate, it's right there in the almost elite range. His ISO rate is elite of elite right there. So those things tell me that he's a home run threat. You think, I mean, he's the home run leader. What do you expect? And he has the power for extra bases based on the ISO rate there. So the over 1.5 total bases is in play. But as always, the baseline prediction is just to record a hit. All right, guys, next matchup, Juan Soto versus Griffin Canning. Before we get into it, this one does not meet that extra criteria that bumps it up to 84% hit rate. This is just the regular 75% hit rate, which is still pretty good, just not as good. So let's go. Juan Soto versus Griffin Canning. You look at the first pitch that Canning likes to throw, or the most frequent one, the four-seam fastball at 45%. He's giving that up at a 303 batting average. That's absolutely horrible. Juan Soto hits that one at a 378 batting average, so I love this opportunity here. The next pitch at 26% of the time, the changeup, he's giving that up at a 267 batting average. Soto's crushing the changeup at a 308 batting average. The next pitch, slider at 22% of the time, Canning is giving that up at a 304 batting average. Absolutely horrible. But the opportunity for Soto doesn't look too great. He only hit the slider at a 182 batting average. So something's going to give there. I wish it was a little higher, but, I'm not really afraid of this one because Canning doesn't really command that slider very well. So we'll see. And then the last pitch, 16% the curveball. He's giving that one up at a 500 batting average. Absolutely horrible. But yet again, Soto has a kind of a light batting average against the curve, a 182. So I don't know how well he's going to be able to take advantage of that one. So like I said, we're going to learn a lot here. You got a horrible pitcher and a batter that's kind of underachieving. I mean, he's a superstar. So we'll see what happens. But I love the fact that the first two pitches that he throws the most, Soto is crushing. So Ballpark Pal has this listed as an extreme advantage for Juan Soto. He represents the worst 1 percentile of possible matchups for Griffin Canning. He's recorded at least one hit in 23 of his last 31 games. Soto in the last 14 days has a 290 batting average versus right-handed pitchers. This is the part that gets exciting. His barrel rate is almost 20%. That is insanely amazing. That is elite right there. The ISO rate is 32.3%. That's elite right there. So is he a home run threat? Yeah. Does he have the power for extra bases? Of course. The over 0.5 total bases is in play. But as always, the baseline prediction is just to record a hit. So those are my only two plays. There was a few that just missed the cut, and I almost put them up here, but I don't want to confuse or have someone think that they were actual plays if they didn't look close enough or if they're not listening close enough. But there was a couple of them that I just had to just eliminate off. So we just have two, but I'm kind of looking ahead to the next day. It's looking like we're going to have back to our original 4, 5, 6, 7 players. So a little light again, but at least we have something to parlay together here instead of just one play. Like I said, I want tons of plays for us, right? But I don't want to do that and sacrifice quality just to gain quantity. I hope you guys understand. I know it sucks, but the bottom line is winning at the end of the day. That's all that matters. So if we're going to, like I said, if I'm just throw plays out here and we're not going to win at the rate that we're winning, then that's not the name of the game. That's not going to benefit anybody. So a little discipline goes a long way. Sometimes it's not as fun, but when it's all said and done, it's all about winning. And we have a huge portion of the MLB season to go. So there's a lot of baseball. We're going to have a lot of fun. And I'll leave it there. I'll just talk to you guys